Amazing love. Welcome viewers to the last segment of this very special program. In this program, we've been fortunate enough to be able to speak to some of the beneficiaries of Agape Family Care. Agape Family Care takes care of thousands of students in primary schools, high schools, universities, even widows. We talked to some of these students who have done exceptionally well in their studies. The amazing part of this story, some of these students do not even go to UFIC as the church, but they go to other denominations. But Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa, because of her love, because of her care, she has managed to extend a hand to these people. In this segment, we are fortunate enough to have one of the teachers of the many schools where children are benefiting from Agape Family Care. How are you, ma'am? Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Bridget Lakiana Kashiri. I am a teacher at Sengesa 2 High School in Chitungwisa.
Can you tell us about the work that Agape Family Care is doing at your school?
I would want to say there is a lot that Agape Family Trust is doing for us, not only at my school, but the surrounding schools as well. They are helping, paying fees for our students, giving them foodstuffs, praying for them, and the well-being of the students.
When we are looking at the well-being of students and how they perform in school, as a teacher, how does it affect a student if the fees are not paid and things are not well at home?
Having been in the profession for quite a long time, I can tell a sad face of a student or a happy face when I see one. After we had our beneficiaries, after Agape Family had decided to pay for our students, I could see that there was a great change. Students are coming to school happily. They are associating with other schools, other students happily, and they know that they have direction. They are now not just coming to school just for the sake of coming, without knowing what is ahead of them.
What was the impact before Agape Family Care stepped in, even on the parents of these children?
The parents couldn't afford to pay the fees, the school fees. Hence, some of them would get into the next form with the school fees arrears for the previous terms. So they would know that at the end of it all, let's say after A-level, after O-level, the students would not get their results. The administrators would just get hold of the results to wait for the payment. By so doing, hindering the progress of the affected students.
How are these children picked? We are just looking at a case study at your school. How do you pick these children for them to receive care from Agape Family Care Trust?
Okay, thank you. How we pick the students, I sometimes work with their other teachers, my colleagues. I ask them, because I may not know all the students, because my school is a very big school. So I may not know all the students and their problems. So I ask the other members of staff to help me to ask the little ones. They know them. Sometimes they come to me with the students. I do the vetting process. And then I bring the papers to Agape Family Care for approval. Can you explain
to us in brief the vetting process?
When I do the vetting process, I look at their papers. They are telling me that they are orphans. Some of them are double orphans. Some of them are single orphans. Some of them do have, they do come from poor families. So when I vet, I look at the report, the performance, especially of the latest in the report. I look at the report, I look at how the student is performing. I also look at the discipline. You know, when I look at a student, I can tell that this one is disciplined. I can see one student who is not disciplined within the 2 minutes that I can talk to that student. So when I look at, I don't look just at performance, I also look at whether a student is disciplined or not.
Does it matter if these students go to UFIC or not?
No, it doesn't matter. Whether I don't even ask whether they are going to UFIC or not. As long as when we recruit them, they belong to a denomination of their choice. They are not forced into UFIC.
Even after it has started paying their fees and all those things, they are still not forced to?
They are still free to go to their respective churches.
So what can you tell us about Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa and Agape Family Care? What you have seen so far?
So far, I can say they are doing a wonderful job. They are doing really good. They have helped the souls, innocent souls. And like you look at my student who scored 20 points. Before he joined this Agape Family Care Trust, he was just down. And when he joined, he came to me one day and said, Madam, I'm so very grateful. Now I can study, knowing that I'm going to university. He nearly shed tears. This boy, Trust Mandinyenya. I said, God, you are a living God.
Trust, can you tell us the impact of the help you've received from Agape Family Care on your parents?
My parents are very grateful. Before Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa and Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa came to help, they've been finding it very difficult in paying my fees. Actually, I had arrears, so my studying, my performance was very low. When they came to help and paid my fees, I regained my confidence. And I committed myself to my studies. Before, I was studying, but I was not aiming so high because I know I was going nowhere, and I was also very not sure if I could get my results if I finish writing my exams. So when my fees were paid, I knew that I had now the chance to go to the university. I was going to see my results, and all my areas had been cleared. I was now very happy, and my parents were also very grateful with their assistance.
So what do they say, as your parents, what do they say about the prophetess and Agape Family Care?
They are very thankful and grateful. Actually, when my fees were paid, my mother came to school to show her gratitude. He came to Madam Kashiri saying, "Oh, Madam, I'm very thankful for what the prophet has done, for my child."
Miss Kashiri, what would you say, your words of gratitude?
In a few words, I would like to say thank you very much to Prophet and Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa for the wonderful job that they're doing for us. They're not doing it only at our school, they're doing it for the community as well, our surrounding old mothers, orphans, and those that do not have enough in their families. Sometimes the parents may both be there, but they are receiving a helping hand. I want to thank him so very much, for he must just be there for us. He must continue with the good job.
Very inspirational story, very, very inspirational. The wonderful thing about this whole program, it does not look at color, it does not look at denomination, but it helps any child who's in need. Any child who is in need. As you have heard for yourself throughout the program, these children have been giving testimonies of how they've been helped, how now they have a future, how they look forward to going further with their studies. Some of them were even talking about going to university. It has been made possible by the gracious hand of Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa and Agape Family Care. Thank you so much, viewers, for joining us in this amazing program. We hope to see you soon.
Amazing love.